So I was with FRU as well, FRU Representation Unit, and I thought I'd take a slightly different approach and talk you through the 3 stages of your first case as a social security lawyer. And the first step, it's scary. So you do some research and then you've got to phone your client, and it's totally nerve-wracking because before this, all you've ever done is written about Tom, Dick and Harry. You've got a problem with their fence or something in property law, and now it's about real life. It's someone's actual life that you're affecting, and that is so powerful. And when I phoned my first client, this vulnerable elderly lady who had a stroke and had her disability living allowance removed, just hearing her story really affected me, and it made me realise that it's about more than just a problem case. It's about how you can make a real difference to this person's life. Meeting my client really helped me focus on the issues and improve my confidence as I realised that I did have the skills, that UCL had equipped me with these skills to take her case forward. So the next step is challenging because you've got to figure out what you can do for her and how you can do it. So you have to write letters to doctors and use your evidence and the case law to write submissions to the court. So not only was I learning about a new area of law than for things I'd studied previously, it was about putting it into practice in that real life situation. So, and those small amounts of disability living allowance are so invaluable to those who receive it. And your third step, it's actually rewarding at the end of all this hard graft of the casework that you've done. Because once you get to the tribunal, yeah, you've done your main bit, you've written your submissions, you've sent them off, but your role as an advocate is just coming into its own. Your tribunal wants to hear your client, the words from the horse's mouth. But it's up to you to make sure that all the relevant issues come up, that all the information that you know and that you've studied and that you've worked on is brought up and made obvious and made relevant to the tribunal. So you've got an active role in making sure you and your client give the best possible case to the tribunal. And I was really pleased that I managed to get a positive result for her. What I learned was that the tribunal system is so confusing for appellants, and representation can make an enormous difference, not only legally, but emotionally. 2/3 of disability living allowance appeals are successful when both the claimant and a representative are present, but only half of appeals are where only the claimant appears. Having someone to guide you through the legal system, which is confusing and intimidating, especially at a time when you're so vulnerable and so distraught often, is just was so immensely rewarding for myself, and obviously made a huge difference to her. She actually sent me a thank you card afterwards, which was just so sweet. So, what did this make a difference to me in my life? I mean, I'm now working in social housing, and as many of you know, there's lots of changes to welfare going on in that, whether you want to call it the bedroom tax, the social housing subsidy, or whatever it's called these days. It made me realise that it's about empowering people to take them through a journey that's sometimes so intimidating and so scary that they can't see the end, they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And access to justice gave me the information and the drive to do it. When I first started, I went to Jackie's office and was like, "You expect me to stand up in front of a tribunal and do what?" And she said, "You'll be able to do it," and she was right. Her and everyone else in the course really gave me the confidence to do that, and I had some really great support from FRU as well. So it was about personal development and about showing your legal skills to the world and saying, actually, I am a real lawyer after all.